Alright, once again we are looking at a geometric sequence. Notice it says find the sixth term. So we're going to go ahead and note some things. Let's go ahead and note that this first term is our a sub 1. Then we need to find our common ratio. Now, if you're looking at this going, well, I can't tell that it should be a common ratio. Well, we could rule out arithmetic sequence by simply subtracting, right? We could take this number right here, and we'll just subtract the other number from it. So if I did 1458 minus 4374, hit enter, it's 2916. To verify it's not an arithmetic sequence, I can now take this 486 and subtract it from, and subtract 1458 from it. So 486 minus 1458. Notice it gives me a different value. So I know that it's not a common difference. I know that this must be a geometric sequence. So now what we're going to do is we're going to set up a common ratio. And remember, the way we set up the common ratio is we take the number that's in front, put it as the numerator, so 1458, and then we put the number before it as the denominator, 4374. Now I don't know about you, but I don't want to work that out in my head. I'm just going to put it in the calculator. So I'm going to go and put my fraction bar, and I'm going to put 1458 divided by 4374, and it gives me 1/3, a nice and simple number to deal with. So my common ratio is 1/3. I know that my a sub 1 is simply 4374, so now I can go ahead and we can use our explicit formula to solve for the sixth term. So if we didn't use our explicit formula to solve for the fifth term, what I could do is I could just simply multiply 1/3 times 486, get the next term, multiply it times that value, get the next term, multiply it times the next value, and so on until we get to the sixth term. Now that's not impossible with this one, right? Because we're just going into the sixth term. But say that they told you to find, I don't know, the 80th term. You know, that would be really daunting to go through and continue to do that process. And so it's just much easier to use the formula. So let's write it down. Our general formula is just going to be a sub n is equal to a sub 1 times r, which is the common ratio, to the power of n minus 1. So we're going to go ahead and substitute our numbers in. So first of all, we know we want to find the sixth sequence, right? So let's go ahead and get straight to it. We got a sub 6. We're looking for the sixth sequence. And then we need to plug in our a sub 1. We said that was 4374. I am going to put it in parentheses this time to make sure you understand I am substituting those values for these variables. My common ratio is going to be 1/3. And then that's going to be to the power of n. And since we're looking, n represents our term, so we're looking for the sixth term, minus 1. So that's everything I need in order to solve this. And I'm going to put it in my calculator, literally just as you see it here. And I don't put in everything in parentheses. I like doing that. So let's go ahead and plug this in. So we have 4374. Now I want you to keep in mind that as I'm doing this, you notice we're only putting what's on the right side of the equation, right? Because that's going to tell us what our a sub 6 value is. So I'm going to go ahead and put 1/3. And then it's to the power of 6 minus 1. So hit my caret key, 6 minus 1, and I'm going to hit enter. And it tells me that value would be 18. Really simple way to solve something that would be tedious and take you a while to be multiplying out. So a sub 6 is equal to 18. That's going to be my sixth term. So there's my answer. Now, just to go ahead and give you a further example and show you that we could continue this process, that's a sub 1, this is a sub 2, that would be a sub 3, and then if I took 486 and multiplied it to 1/3, that would give me a sub 4. And let's go ahead and work this out and show that, you know, you could do it this way. It just would take a while. So 486 times 1/3, that's going to give me 162. And then if I took that 162, I'm going to put a sub 5, and I multiplied it times 1/3, So times 1 over 3. That would give me a sub 5, which is 54. And if I multiplied it times 1/3, that would give me a sub 6, which is 18. So again, two different ways to find it. I definitely prefer the formula, much faster, especially if they give you a sequence that's far away. So keep that in mind.